Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel, and this is the first of the monthly tarot spreads, and it's for March 2020. The weekly tarot cards are going to be a thing of the past for the moment. See how this does, because as I explained in the coffee and chat, I want to be able to do more teaching, more mediumship, and I want to do a bigger, more intense monthly spread. And we'll be doing, for each month, we'll be doing the world situation, we'll be doing your personal situations of career and health and love and wealth and spirituality, and we'll have one card each for all those areas. And if you hear the odd wee in the background, it's Nelly, because I think she realises that Jim's having a cup of tea and she's here instead of with him, poor wee soul. Settle down, Nell, come on, settle down. So let's go for March 2020, and we're going to go for the global or world influence. Now remember, the cards are influences. It'll not hit all people, just like the career card, health card, or whatever. The general background influence, which many people will feel, but others won't. So let's go for the shuffle and cut for the world or global situation. Right, this is the Seven of Swords, and it's a wee manny sort of looking up and standing up to the dragon or the scary monster. And the scary monster can be a dragon, a demon, or whatever, but this wee man has light round about him, and he has a wee briefcase as well. Is it the best card? It's kind of a keyword is futility. Now, for the whole month of March, that could mean that the world situation feels very heavy, feels very futile, feels as though we've no control. There could be, the sense of fear of, standing up and being counted. So again, a few governments could possibly be clamping down on people. I often see this card coming out when there's even more people standing up that then become almost like political prisoners. It's very much like the tank with the student at Tiananmen Square. It's that sort of card, and it is a bit futile, but there is still the sense of changing things through taking a stance. So in the world situation, we could find that the coronavirus is frightening the world as such. It's maybe spreading, it's maybe causing governments to clamp down on things and even use it as a way to impose different structures on us. So yeah, not an ideal one for the world situation, but the whole thing about this card is the wee manny is still standing, he's still got the light of truth round about him, and he's still very much not running away from it. And I think that's what we should try and do individually or in groups, to try and stand firm in the face of scary monsters. Right, so let's go to the more personal ones, and we're going to the aspect of career for March 2020. Right, we have another swords card. We've got the Eight of Swords. Swords, remember, is the mind and all the mental aspects, and although it melds itself to different areas, it always brings out what the thoughts are and how we're not so much feeling emotions but dealing with things mentally. Eight of Swords is interference, and it actually can be a very positive card, because there's the same wee manny. He's got two roads in front of him, kind of represented by two naked women, and he's basically got his head in his hands and thinking, which way do I go? When that comes out for career, you could find that things happening in your job make you feel like, I need to find another option. I need to find a way forward, whether it's a new job, a new way of doing things, and a way even to feel as though you're controlling your own destiny. You'll come to a crossroads and or a fork in the road, which might actually seem quite fated, and then it's up to you how you go forward with what direction you go in. Again, don't let this lead to procrastination. That's the negative side of the card. You can procrastinate with this card and not actually move at all. And that's not the point of the card. It's pointing out negatives so that you can use the negatives to move forward. And that's in your career zone. Right, so let's look at love. See where we're going with this. Oops. Right, got a nice card. 10 of Cups. Really nice card. It's a card of feeling full and enjoying life and having that upbeat feeling of emotional security. And it's nice to see it out because of all this kind of swords cards that can hold it. This is your emotional card, and emotionally within a partnership you should find that things can become quite settled, and you're reaping what you sow. Everything you put in with happiness, enjoyment, caring, because this is the sort of number 10 of Cups, it almost it's a feeling of we're okay and we've reached where we need to be, and then it reduces to a 1 and goes back to the start. So again, it can bring lots of harmony within relationships, but also emotional feelings of what next. So if you're in a relationship a wee while, you might think about getting engaged, or if you're engaged, you might be planning to get married. All these sorts of lovely things come with the 10 of Cups. If you're looking for a relationship, be as contented within yourself as you can, because if you're happy with how you're feeling about yourself, that's what you'll give out, and therefore you'll bring that energy back to you. Just simply laws of attraction. If you give out a degree of contentment and self-awareness and even self-confidence, then you'll tend to attract that sort of energy back. So that's a good one for love and emotion. Now if we go to health. Health, we have pair 7 of Cups, another number 7, quite a spiritual number. The 7 of Cups in Rorig is got this wilting flower on it. The ground is needing watered, and it's got like lots of symbols on it that you might want to look a wee bit closely. It's actually an absolutely beautiful card, but when it's in the health zone, it tends to mean that health-wise, you've kind of you're wilting a little bit, and that can be maybe you've maybe kept up, say a diet or an exercise program from January, but we're going into March and you're just like, oh. Now that flower only needs watered before it bounces back up again. So it's about self-nurturing, it's about looking after yourself, it's about dehydration. You need to be rehydrated, you need to rehydrate, and you need to give yourself good sleep practices, all these things to help you get back on track again. Generally, as a health card, it does mean that you have to look to things like tiredness and exhaustion, how you're feeling, and maybe dig into them, because sometimes these things can be caused by lack of vitamin D, lack of folic acid. I've been there, I know. And sometimes just bad sleep patterns and stress. So it is an emotional card, so there could be also this sort of emotional feeling of so health wise, you can use this card as a warning and perk back up again. If we look at wealth, let's see where we're going with wealth. We've got Nine of Wands, strength and power. Again, this is a time when in the UK we're looking to finalise our taxes and to get things up to date, and this card will give us the strength to do that. It'll also give you the strength and power to protect your cash, and that can be savings or moving money about depending on what's going on. Sometimes this tells you to be strong when also money it's not what it seems to be, and sometimes that can be with the stock market coming down, you need to be strong about either moving money or pulling back or keeping your finances safe. But this card will allow you to do it. It will allow you to say, I know what I want to do with my finances, or I want to save more and I'm going to do it. So that's a really good one for finances. Let's see what spirituality is now. Right. Need my glasses for these smaller cards. The Eight of Discs. I actually love this card. I might go back to using my larger Rorig deck for these. Just this says prudence on it, and spiritually it's about kind of protecting yourself and looking after yourself. And when that comes out spiritually, maybe it's time to put yourself in a little bubble to reflect energies away from you or keep negativity away from you. It's also time to gather in groups, maybe like a wee bonfire and have a wee ritual or something like that. But mainly it's a wee warning about protecting your energies and protecting your spiritual practice, and pulling things in a wee bit and making sure that you sort of push negativity away, that you have enough discipline to allow for times when, say, physically you are tired, or that there are changes going on in the world and there is negativity. This card can remind us that for us to be safe spiritually, it needs the effort. You need to meditate. You need to, know what's going on in nature. You need to, if you have a deity, give offerings to the deity. You need to ask for their protection, whether that's deity, angels, animal totems, So spiritually, this card says there could be things going on in the world, there could be things going on round about you, that you want to sort of carve out time for your spirituality, and think about protection, think about having your spirituality like walking your talk. It's just something that gets done. I know sometimes people say, oh, I'm going to meditate, and they meditate while things are okay, but when things get stressful or things change or health goes down, they don't have time to meditate. They don't have time to take care of their spiritual path, so they say, but that's the time you actually do need to do it more. That's the time that if you have made it a habit, if you have almost ritualized it, then it becomes easier. So not bad cards. There seems to be a lot of negative energy around, but relationships seem to be sort of pulling together. Maybe spiritual groups need to pull together, and but apart from that, you'll still be standing, and maybe lessons in how empowered you can be, particularly against authority or whatever. So that's the first monthly tarot spread. I hope you've enjoyed it. I aim to do them just before the first of each month, and you can keep referring back to them and see how you go, or even draw yourself one card for yourself every week if you want, and see how it goes in on top of these ones. You know, you can do that. You can do that if you've got a tarot deck. You can do it with an oracle deck. You can use bibliomancy, which I've got a video on, and use a book. And yeah, there's all sorts of things there that you can do, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So I think I've got everything in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, done them all. So many blessings now, and I hope you'll join me for further videos in the week and month ahead. Bye now.